Eliminating bad habits in everyday life may be a difficult thing to do. We as individuals who have already formed bad habits in any case for years can make these habits difficult to let go. If allowed to continue, these bad habits can interfere with us in making the right decisions or even lead us to failure in growing. In general, our brains have formed neural pathways that are getting stronger when we often do things or habits repeatedly in the long term. This also makes it difficult for us to distinguish between what is beneficial to us and what is not. When trying to break free from a bad habit, we tend to gravitate toward quick solutions to speed up the process and avoid as much inconvenience as possible. But to change habits permanently, we must be willing and committed to admit and need to align our thoughts, feelings and actions for our own good. Here's how to change bad habits that we can do in everyday life, as quoted from the Psychology Today page. 1. Starting from simple things. Doing something simple and starting from your daily routine can slowly help us to get rid of bad habits. Because basically the repetition of actions can cause a habit to form. So to change bad habits, start small, for example, gradually forming new habits with a bigger goal. As an illustration, we are used to resting at night after 00:00. The small actions we can take are like trying to let go of gadgets at night, and start slowly getting used to going to bed at 23:00. Gradually the habit can be developed to a proper night's sleep time. 2. Ensure clear goals. When you want to change bad habits, make sure you have clear goals. For example, self-motivation to have a fitter body, make the body slimmer and so on. We must be able to set goals for the good of ourselves so that later they can become positive manifestations for us in the long run. 3. Motivation must be increased. Not only enthusiasm at the beginning, self-motivation to change bad habits must be increased over time. The easy way is not to be quickly satisfied with what has been achieved. Develop that motivation in a positive direction. 4. Understanding internal and external support. There are two factors that are the key to our success in eliminating bad habits, namely intrinsic and extrinsic factors. In other words, intrinsic factors come from oneself, not because of external factors or pressure. While extrinsic can increase short and long-term motivation. Look for support from people around us so we can change bad habits. For example, we decide to lose weight in order to have the ideal on our wedding day. We can get this motivation from ourselves and seek support from those closest to us. 5. Learn to control yourself. What does it mean to get rid of bad habits without strong self-control? In this case, we need a high level of awareness in order to achieve something more positive for ourselves. Learn to recognize yourself. Control yourself from anything that might block us from getting better. 6. Be patient. All of that requires a process, because there is no internal change whose results can be seen instantly. The next key is to learn and enjoy all the processes that go through. 7. Feeling all the process. In habits that are difficult to control, we may feel great discomfort. For example, there is a desire to quit smoking. In the initial phase, we tend to encounter many trials, such as feeling uncomfortable, having difficulty controlling ourselves, and getting emotional. In this case, we need to control ourselves, enjoy and feel all the process in the initial phase. 8. Give appreciation to yourself. Give yourself an appreciation when you succeed in changing a bad habit. This method can provide an appreciation for yourself and maintain what we are pursuing for positive purposes. 9. Repeat these good habits. In some behaviors that involve repetition is important to do. In Wendy Wood's research for her book Good Habits, Bad Habits: The Science of Making Positive Changes That Stick, it is stated that 43% of our actions are habits. He proved that willpower or self-control is not enough to change or maintain our behavior. So we must be willing to take the time to keep repeating the good habits that have been successfully carried out. 10. Invite the closest person to do the same thing. In order to maintain interest and motivation, often inviting people closest to you to do the same thing is beneficial for creating and forming positive habits. The presence of a friend or support from family members, friends, or other people who encourage us can make it easier for us to form new habits. 11. Not easily satisfied. Developing mindfulness and curiosity about the positive can help us break bad habits. This forms an openness to new habits and decisions that will help us break bad habits so that they won't be repeated in the future. 12. Find positive people too. Apart from support from those closest to you, finding or being with certain communities with one goal also encourages positive habits and growth. Allow yourself to be surrounded by people who can encourage us, believe in us and support us in breaking bad habits. That's the video this time. If you think this video is useful, please give a thumbs up, subscribe and share with your friends so we can continue to provide interesting content. Thank you for watching.